Hey Stitchers, Olivia B here with a Flosstube video about cross stitch, of course. Happy holidays. It is somewhere in between Christmas and New Year's. It's a Saturday. I have my beloved dog Dusty in the background. So if you hear any dramatic sighs or snoring, that's him. I am hoping to post actually 2 videos, filming one now and hopefully filming one tomorrow, which will be like a special video. So I want to do my update today, and I don't want to take up too much of your time since there's going to be 2 videos. So I will just kind of get into it. Again, I hope everyone's doing well the holiday season. If the holidays are not fun for you, at least you know we're at the back end of it. But hopefully you got to enjoy it at least somewhat. So let's see. I think I'm just gonna go right into it. Last time I saw you, I was close to a finish on a bowl full of Scaries, Scary 1, and I finished that. It's my Plum Street samplers. I got this as a kit, and there you go. Pretty cute. I just gotta make it into a pillow. Next up, I just love this pattern. It's called A Murder of Crows by Lottie Da. I was not buying any more charts, and we were at Needle in the Haystack, and they had this, and I was like, okay, I just got to get that one chart. And then I couldn't wait, so I just stitched it. So I stitched all 3, and I'm planning on making them into little pillows. I want to do some aging, maybe like Stacy Nash style, with Swank walnut crystals. I changed this one. He's holding a little pumpkin in the pattern, and I replaced it with a strawberry. I just wanted it all year round. It's also a Halloween one. It's got October 31st. And then these all have borders in them, and I didn't stitch those. So those are the adjustments I made. I love them. I just think they're beautiful. So this is one I had started. This is the Peace and Goodwill sampler by Chessie Me. I absolutely love this. I got this as the full kit when I went to Primitive Traditions retreat at the Attic in 2018, November of 2018. And this was my favorite. I think this might have been my favorite from all of them. And I put in just a couple letters at the time. But I ended up replacing one of the belle soies that you couldn't see. Like it kind of blended into the fabric. And so I decided to buy a new one, and then I haven't worked on it at all. And this is almost kind of like, it's kind of like a new start. Even though it had already been started, but I hadn't worked on it. And I'm not even going to show you a picture of where it was before because it had almost nothing. So I worked on this in December, the first half of December, and I got through the letters. So that was I love the different color letters, but it's kind of tedious and time consuming. So I'm glad that part's over, and the rest is the fun part. I'm almost done. The border is very simple. I just need to finish it up there. And I figured I'd just put this away and work on I have 2 Christmas whips. So I figured I'd put this away, and next time I pick it up, I'll have the fun stuff to work on. But I love working. I love the materials on this one too. This is a 36 count Lakeside linens, 1/2. With the belle soies, and the belle soies are really nice to work with. All right, so I just put in some good amount of stitching time on my Anne Ufendel since the last time I saw you. The last 3 months, the last video I made was like kind of near the beginning of October. It has been absolutely crazy at work. I won't bore you with that, but the more stressful it is out, like life is and work is, then I'm better at focusing on one project. So and I really have been wanting to make good progress on this year. I started did I say it was Anne Ufendel? Yeah, it did. It's Anne Ufendel. Or I'm sorry, I say Ufendel. That's how I read it in my head, but I think it's Ufendel. And I started this on Christmas 2015, so it's been 2 years. And I really want this on my wall. I'm so excited that they re-released the charts so that anyone who wants to can stitch this. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Happy to answer. I'm stitching it in the Versoix and that called for Lakeside Linens pecan butter. Mine was kitted up by the attic and gifted to me. It's a very generous Christmas gift 2 years ago. And I've enjoyed working on it ever since. So let me show you where we're at. Here's Anne. There's still plenty to go. That border's not done, but I did make some really good progress on it. I tend to do like maybe 5 flowers at a time, but you can see there's still some fill-in to do down there. I have to add the little, there's just these little leaves. I have to add all those, but I did make some really good progress on it. And there's pretty heavy stitching down here. And I don't know what I'm going to do for the verse yet. I know I know a lot of people that do reproduction samplers stick exactly to the sampler, but I don't mind the verses from the Bible. It just doesn't mean anything to me. So I'd rather change it. If I'm going to do all this work, I think I'd like to have something with a little more meaning to me. And this is, yeah, pretty heavy down here. So I still have to stitch all of this. I have one of these trees. And I need to do the embroidery work around here, and I have, let's see, one more 1/1 that I need to finish up here. Do not let me show this as finished and frame it without that done. I keep getting worried I'm going to do that. I should just go up there and finish. And I know I have a wonky leaf on the border up at the top somewhere that I need to fix. If you are not a perfectionist like me, I mean, I am not a perfectionist, you get what I'm saying. Then I'm going to give you a little tip. If you're working on the border and you get to the point where you're like, oh crap, this is not going to meet up, and you're not the kind of person who's going to frog it. I am not the kind of person who will frog it. These little corners here where they have like, God, I'm not very good at holding this up, sorry. The corners, the pattern kind of, so you have the upside down flower here, and then the stem bends to go up. This is a good place to adjust for the border. You could add in an extra stitch or take out a stitch somewhere around here. Just saying. Just saying. No, that's what I did because I ordered it made up. So that's a tip in case you find yourself in that situation. What else would I say about? Just because I'm thinking more people will be starting this coming year, since it's available again. I haven't seen in person what it looks like with the DMC, so I can't comment on that. I love how the Averswa looks though. What else? Oh, it's all cross stitch except for that area that I showed you. I will show you a picture of it. If I can find it. Let's see. Maybe I will show you a picture of it. Nope. Oh yeah, here it is. Duh. So that's like some satin stitch. You outline it and then you satin stitch it. I'm not too worried about it. I think it's just gonna take a little focus to make sure I get the outline right, and then I'll go in there and satin stitch it. I'm sure it won't be, relaxing like cross stitch, but it'll be worth it when it's done. So there's those, and then there's the 1/1 sections. I think it's just the diagrams in here, but they blow up the 1/1 diagrams, which is really nice. But all of the 1/1 motifs are up here. They so you would use like a tent stitch for that, or a half stitch. That's what I did. I did my bottom line that I usually do. I know Ellen Chester, when she did like what her top stitch would be. Can go either way. So those are annoying, but they are not impossible. You can totally do it. It's just a half cross stitch. It's tiny, so use whatever magnification you need. But yeah, they are annoying because you'll be stitching and stitching, and then, your stitching could be covered by a quarter. But it's worth it, and then you can get them, if you start at the top, you can just get them over with, early on. Unless you're like me and you procrastinate as long as possible. So I think that about covers Anne Uffendale. Again, if you have any questions that I can answer that you're wondering about before you start, let me know. I don't plan on stitching Isabel right after her, but hope to one day, because I think she's also very beautiful. The second piece that I worked on for the month of December was Christmas Garden by Blackbird Design. I'm sure you've seen this one plenty. I have loved this for a very long time. It's from the Holidays booklet, and I've enjoyed working on it. I am stitching it. I converted the colors to Gloriana's. I wanted deeper colors. If you want that conversion, just say the word and I'll let you know. Here's where I'm on that. I'm stitching this on a 46 count. It's a Lakeside Linen. I got it at the attic, but I can't remember what the color is. But tan, I mean, right? That's like the most of them. And I love how it's coming out. I love how the color's coming out. I'm not going to stitch the words Christmas Garden because I just want this up all year round. What else can I say about this? I feel like I worked on this a lot and I didn't get that far. I'm sure I did, but for a couple months there I was stitching everything in hand with the sewing method, and I felt like I was really kind of getting on a roll and getting used to it. Because this is on 46 count with the Gloriana silks, it gets kind of tight in the holes, and it's just easier if I do it on a Q-snap and get that tension. I kind of alternate. Sometimes I'll get tired of the Q-snap and then I'll switch back to in hand. But nowadays I feel like I'm slower on the Q-snap, which I'm sure I am since it's not the sewing method, but too bad because I have plenty of whips that I need to do on a Q-snap. So those are all of my whips that I have worked on since I last saw you. I would like to show you a couple of gifts real quick. This amazing calendar that Dawn from Switzerland sent me for Christmas. That's Frosty X Stitch. In my last video I mentioned how much I love Swiss cows, and she sent me this amazing calendar. Thank you, Dawn, so much. There are just all year round beautiful brown Swiss cows. Very excited. Thank you. And my friend Maddie made, I should have opened these before I brought them to show you, but I've been saving them to show you. She made some pretty accessories. Hold on. She made me some thread drops. These are Halloween thread drops, which are very useful with the number of Halloween whips I have. And then she made these really cool, like, that you put on your floss ring. These like little creepy kids, and little charms. And then the other one, I love crows and ravens and blackbirds. And that's what this one is. Hold on, sorry. So that's beautiful. It's awesome. So now I can decorate my stitching projects with these. Thank you so much, Maddie. These are gorgeous and so special because you made them. All right, well, you know what that brings us to. It's time for some haul. That did not wake the beast. Oh wait, maybe it did. He's moved a little. He moved a paw. Anyway, so I've actually been pretty good lately, guys, but that's not going to be shown in this video because I'm going back to October. I had some money, some spending money that was bringing home in my pocket, and I wanted to get this chart from Kitten Stitcher. Hold on, let me cover the chart. It's the Primitive Needle freebie Moon Witch. And she said if you put in an order in October, you got this chart. Well, I decided to take that opportunity to buy some charts that I've had on my wish list for a while. And so that's what I'm going to show you. This first one is Alphabet Pumpkin by Chessie and me. Because, you know, I need more Halloween and pumpkin and blackbird charts. Hog Wild Windmeal. I think it's so cute. 9 Blackbirds by Lottie Daw. I didn't realize until she was weeding through her whips that Emily is working on this, and that is awesome. This is a beautiful chart. of the blackbirds. Sisters of the Broom by Not Forgotten Farm. Not Forgotten Farm always has horrible pictures of their stitching on it, but I kind of like it because then it's like a surprise when you're stitching it. You're like, oh, this is so much prettier in the picture. I've been wanting this one for a long time. Halloween Jack sewing roll. Jessie Marie stitched this. I would love to stitch that and finish it like that. I think it'd be really pretty. Manor at Peacock Hill by Brenda Gervais. It's been a long time. Wish lister. All those colors in there. The Goblins Will Get You by Chessie and Me. It's cute. She always has specialty stitches in her charts. But you can totally, the way they're charted, you can always replace them with cross stitches if you so choose. Mother's Garden by Blackbird Designs. How many of these charts have blackbirds in them? Question for you. Do a drinking game. One for the Crow by the Prairie Schooler. Annie's Garden by Carriage House Samplings. It's so pretty. There's two colorways. I like this one on the darker fabric. These two charts from Plum Street Samplers, these are older ones, Gobble and Ghoul. I have the third one in the series, which is Give. And they're all the same size. I'd like to have a frame where I could change them out. Of course, I need to stitch them. This is a Threads of Gold sampler. Sarah Abraham, 1831. Just her name's just like scribbled on there. It's kind of funny. And then I've always loved this and decided to buy it. This is a Permanent of Copenhagen called Blue Sampler. I always thought that was just so beautiful. So those are the charts I bought. Then later went to Needle in a Haystack, and in Alameda, that's my LNS. Sorry. And I bought the A Murder of Crows, and then I couldn't just buy that. I went with some money to buy fabric because I wanted to buy fabric for, well, I've really been wanting this fabric. It's the new Weeks Dye Works, it's Weeks Dye Works straw on the Zweigart base in 40 count, but I got it for my Anne Grimshaw, which I would really love to stitch soon. I'm going to stitch this in black. I have a hank of silk that I got a couple years ago from Silks For You. It's just black silk, and I want to stitch it on this. I think it'll be beautiful. So that's Weeks Dye Works straw on the Zweigart base. It's gorgeous. So that's what I got at Needle in a Haystack. And then McKenna had her charity auction, which was amazing. That was amazing of her. She raised a lot of money. And she did a huge service for the woman who passed, and for that charity. And there were amazing things in that auction and amazing prices. And that's when I discovered that my internet lags a little. It's only like a few seconds, but I mean, this was like an amazing auction. You had to be on top of it. So the lag sucked, but it saved me probably a ton of money. So that's a good thing in the end, because all that stuff sold. It wasn't like, yeah, I mean, everything sold. It was amazing. I did grab two things. There's this French designer that is out of print called Mon Ami Pierre, and these were inexpensive, so I grabbed a couple because I think they're cute. This is Noel Blanc. I don't know that I would stitch the whole thing, but there are some motifs in here that I really like. I think would be good ornaments. I think they're actually like the colors 1/1. I think that's pretty. And then this one I just thought was charming. It's called Let Them Free. So that is my haul. It's kind of a lot. I've been better about it. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying it's good not to buy haul. I'm actually someone who loves to see haul. Doesn't mind if I don't see haul. It's not that big a deal. But that brings me to my kind of life update. Well, it's not really connected to haul, but it's another good reminder of why I'm not buying haul and just trying to save money lately. Dusty, if you are new here, Dusty's my moon and stars, if you will, my 10-year-old Pipple. and he gets these little growths like an old man, but he got one that doesn't look as good, and it started growing, and then I don't know if he like nibbled at it or something, but it bleeds a lot. Whenever he opens it up, it's just like this pinprick of a hole in it, but I don't know if it has to do with where it's located. It bleeds a lot. I've been spending a lot of time cleaning up a lot of blood. I'm sorry, it's gross, but yeah, that's just life. And so he's gonna be getting surgery in a couple weeks to have all of his growths removed, and he's gonna have that one tested to see if it's cancerous. So you know, if you could just send a thought into the universe or to the deity of your choice and just kind of think benign, 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 I would appreciate it. That's what we're aiming for. But as of right now, he is laying there and he is comfortable, and he's been soaking up the sunshine today. And just take it one day at a time and hope for the best. And yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, I think that's about it. It's a short video. That was kind of my goal, because like I said, there should be another one coming. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of the nice comments you're always leaving me. For those of you that take the time, I really appreciate it. I watch a lot of Flosstube, and the last few months, like I said, have been so crazy. I have not been commenting like I should, and so it only makes me appreciate your comments even more, because I know you take time out of your day to leave those. Thank you everyone who's been sending me Christmas cards for me and Elena. Makes my day every day. And we did not get it together in time this year to do a photo shoot like the last 2 years. We had a whole plan and everything, but both of our jobs are crazy, and it just seemed like time kept flying by, and before we knew it, we're like, this is not going to happen in time. So we did not do a photo shoot, but we did have fun sending out Christmas cards. I was the one that sent them out from my house, and what I should have done is brought them to the post office like you're supposed to. What I did instead was hand a box of my stamped addressed envelopes to my mailman, and my mom insisted on being on the mailing list this year, which is only fair, and she lives like a 45-minute drive away from me. She got hers 6 days after I sent it. So I can just tell you that I was panicking to Elena for several days that that box never went out, and that the cards were just sitting somewhere forgotten. But they did go out, and very grateful for that. That was stressful. Anyway, I hope all of you are having a good end of the year, and I wish all of us a wonderful 2020 full of lots of stitching and laughter and tons of good stuff. So I will talk to you later and see you soon. Bye.